Okay, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So today is a rest and recovery day, and I think I mentioned to you, also please forgive the painted toenails. My 5-year-old niece was here, and she's giving out pedicures to everyone, including myself. And her dad. But the routine we normally go through stretching wise, I've told you before when we first started this, is part of a Shaolin routine I do that really helped me stretch out and lean out a bit and be able to do things like touch my toes from bending over with a straight leg. And it's been really helpful. We've only been doing the first half stretching part, not the one that's more active with some of the kicks and turns and stuff. But today I want to add in some of those for you so you can feel them and feel how they stretch and work, but also how it kind of still puts your body through the paces. We won't do all of them because I just don't have room, and some of them are super complicated arm movements, you know, like this, and I just don't want to, it's going to be hard to learn. But the ones we can do, I'm going to throw in here and we're going to try, okay? So we're going to start out, hands together, we're going to roll out the wrists, everything's 10 times. Go the other direction. Ankle rolls, both ways, 10 times. Other direction. Other side. Other way. It's really hard to roll your ankles without shoes.
Yes.
All right, hands and ankle, 10 times one way, 10 times the other. Other side. Okay, ear to shoulder, hold it for 10. Other ear to shoulder. Chin to chest. Chin to the sky. Also, we are coming up next week on day 200. That's crazy. All right, 10 neck rolls to the left, 10 neck rolls to the right. Other way. All right, you're going to do an eye focus here, so you're going to turn your head to the other side. Eight,
There's no middle.
9, 10, no middle. Roll the shoulders back 10 and roll them forward 10. Forward. Okay, one hand to the sky, palm to the sky, other hand palm facing back, and then we're going to stretch back 10 times. Switch it. Now you're going to go alternating arm rotations 10 times. And then backwards. Both hands up, palms to the ceiling, and then you're going to push back. Yeah. Hands here. We're going to open, look up, and close. trunk twist. 3, 9, 10. So you're going to take your feet wide and waist rotations all the way around, 10 times one way, 10 times the other. Just be nice and fluid. Back up. All right, right foot straight ahead, heel on the ground, toes up. We're gonna slightly bend our left knee, and then we're gonna hinge from the hip, and we're gonna bounce 10 times gently. Then put the toes on the floor and 10 more bounces. Switch it. Toes up. Toes to the ground. Okay, now you're gonna put that foot out to the side and you're gonna do the same thing, but it's more trying to get your shoulder down to that knee. 9, 10, toes on the ground. Other side. Toes down. Okay. All right. We're going to reach for the sky here. Really lifting for a count of 10. And lean it over to one side for a count of 10. Back over to the other side. You're going to take your feet wide, keep those hands up, and you're going to come and put your chest parallel to the floor and just hold here for 10 seconds. Now you're going to twist, bringing those elbows up. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and then you're going to come straight down, relax the back, you're going to stay here for 10 and then bounce for 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 10 bounce. You're going to come on up, and you're going to come down to the knees. And just bounce 10 times here. And then down to ankles 10 times. And come on up. All right, so I'm going to place my left foot pointing to the left, and my right foot comes forward, into this lunge, and then I'm gonna thrust my hip forward. Then I'm just gonna turn it. So my right foot is gonna come this way, and my left foot will come this way. Come up, hand on your hip, on the behind your hip, and you're gonna rotate it forward. 9, 10, other side. Now we go into a side lunge. Hold for 10, bounce for 10. Bounce. Gentle on the bounces. And switch to the other side. Bounces. You're going to go back to the right, but you're going to put your heel on the ground and rotate that foot up. Hold for 10, bounce for 10. Switch it over to the other side. Don't worry if the bent knee, if that heel can't touch the ground. If it can, great. I can't do that though. Not there yet, but that's one of the goals. 10 for bounce. And then come to standing. And then we got 10 hip rotations both ways. Other way. Feet together, bend the knees. 10 swivels right, 10 left. Other way. All right, coming to the ground. For those of you who are new and have jumped into, turn that down, please. Jumped into this and haven't had one of these yet. Once every 2 weeks we do a rest and recovery where we do a bunch of stretching and more yoga stuff and this Shaolin, and now I'm gonna add to it, showing you some of the rest of the Shaolin routine. So nice and tall on your sitting bones, right? And then we're going to come forward down as far as we can, relax the neck, and just hold here. Like me being able to grab the bottom, over my toes, underneath my feet, or to the side like this, that was never a thing in my life until I started doing this routine daily. And you slowly come up, and you're gonna go Indian style. Grab a hold of your ankles here, and you're going to lift the chest up and push forward. Then you're going to reach the arms out forward as far as you can. Then take your nose over to your left knee. Nose over to your right knee. back to forward. Now while you're forward, just bring your arms back like you're flying there. Then nose back to left knee. You put your arms down. There you go. And over to the right. All right, and then we come up to standing. And we're gonna do some of the more dynamic moves. Again, it'll stretch you out, but it is kind of a lower intensity style workout. So I'll show you the move first, then we'll do it together. So from here, I step out and draw my fist back to my side, right? And then I'm going to strike with my palm, keeping that thumb tucked in, and then I'm gonna turn to the side. So strike and turn. And then I'll draw back, and as I draw back, I strike with the other one and turn. So it should look like this. Okay? Cool? All right, 10 of them. Ready? Let's go. Eight, 9, 10. Then I step back in. All right, next one is same steps here, but it's a fist punch, and then pull back and switch to the other one, right? But here's the key, and it's hard to explain this, but as you watch it, or if you do it more, you'll get it. It's not about the punch force here. It's more about as you switch, really driving back that hand, right? So you drive back and it slingshots the other shoulder forward, okay? So it's really about the drive back part. So 10 of those. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we come back together. Okay. So, I guess we can do this together. So here, we're going to be sideways, turn on our feet, and you're going to rise up one knee and step into that lunge. Boom, boom. Right? And you're going to come back up and then step into the next. And then we'll just turn around here. That's 6, 7, turn it around. 8, 9, 10. Bringing it together. I don't want to do horse stance. This requires too much room. But this one is just a front foot slap kick. So you're going to be here, and then as it comes, you're just going to kick your foot kicks your hand. Now, don't try to go crazy high. Go as far as you can. Go as far as you can. And we're just going to rotate one on each side for a total of 10. So normally you would do this whole thing here, but just bring your palms straight out, fingers pointing straight up, and step, kick, step, kick. 3, 4, 5, 6, keep your legs straight. 9, 10. Yeah, maybe we can do this. I'm not sure. So, no, I feel like that's too many moving parts.
You can do it. Are you worried about the space?
No, I'm just worried about like the.
Complication?
So, if your left hand's on top of your right, and then you're bringing your arms around like that, so now your right's on top of your left, and back this way, right? But as I do it, I'm gonna raise my knee, step across, almost like a curtsy lunge, and then I'm gonna fire to the right. So my left knee comes in, I'm gonna end up with my right hand on top, left knee in front into a curtsy, and fire looking there. Okay? Is that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
That's a couple, right?
Boom. All right, and I'll come back to standing. Boom. Yeah, because what you would normally do is then turn and that. And I think that's a lot going on. So here, boom. Boom. 4. One more. Now the other side. So I'll have my right hand on top, and when I come, it'll be left on top and strike. It'll be right knee up into the curtsy. Two, 3, 4, 5. And if you ever decide to keep coming back to this to practice this, you can shoot me a request. Maybe I'll make a video of me doing it, everything, because that one actually ends up being this, where you step and then you turn like that and rotate the hands like that. Okay. Next one. Same concept. Fingers up to the sky, arms straight out, and you're gonna, it's called a flex kick. You're kicking, but this time you're not tapping your foot, okay? So, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And see, you would do it outside because those are actual steps, so it's a little more fluid. No, we'll do this one though. So same thing here, but this time when you kick, you're gonna come across and kick your opposite palm. Right, boom.
In a circle?
Yeah. It's called an inside crescent kick. So again, it would be something like this, and you would be walking and doing this, but we're gonna do it standing. That's the cool thing, is you can do this if you only have limited space standing. All right, ready? Go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you already sweating too, Buster?
No.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, I see that. But I'm getting a good leg stretch.
9, 10. Yeah, it's a beautiful leg stretch. Okay. No, we won't do that one because it's more movement, a little more flowy. Okay, so this one, you're gonna draw your fist here. You're gonna bring up your right knee, kick out the right knee, and as you do that, you punch with the left hand. So, boom, right? You can walk with this or do it in place. I'm gonna walk with it because you can make your steps really short and get in 10. Right knee comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like this one because it's all about balance and breathing, but it's really hard to do, and I'll show you why it's hard. Where it looks easy and then it gets hard. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna cup my hands, and I'm gonna draw up my right foot to my knee, but as I do that, I'm gonna bring my hands up, and then over my head into prayer, and then back down and just touch the toe, and then switch it. Easy, right? Now, do it, and whatever leg's coming up, so that one's right leg, follow your right hand with your eyes. That's what makes it hard. Ready? 1. Were you able to do it without stumbling?
Yes, I just got confused what foot I.
Did you follow with your eyes?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Nice. 2. And when you start, it's a soft bend in the knee, then straightening, then back into a bend, almost like a plie. 3. 4. 5. Breathe. 6. 7. 8. 10. And the cool thing is, if you actually do end up practicing a full routine of this, besides the stretching, you start to become more fluid with it, and then you start to pay attention really to your breathing, because you're going to start going, breathing hard, but if you can control that and kind of be your whole body in sync here. All right, we won't do side flex. We will do cross stance though. So for this here, same thing in terms of the arm part with the strikes, but you are you're stepping and stepping back. So when you step, you'll step back like that, right? Like a side lunge. So arms come up. So start with left hand on top of right. Swirl so that right ends up on top of left, right? And as we do that, we're gonna come up with our left leg and then back, behind, and strike. Okay? And so this one, we're gonna go back and forth. So up. Then you switch the hands. 2, 3. 7. All right. Last one we'll do here. So same kicks again, but this time instead of kicking inside to your opposite foot, this time you're going to kick out and touch the same foot and hand. So outside press and kick. So, 2, 3, 4. Only go as high as you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, I didn't show you all the moves and didn't show you them moving, but this is a routine that I did daily for how long?
Months.
Yeah, months, because I had to learn all the moves in a book. But man, it changed so much of my body and my flexibility. So if you are interested in seeing that version, what I'll do is just message me or whatever, and I will put one together and record it and not make it a part of one of the 30-minute workouts. Just post it up so that if you want to practice that, it's a great way to start your morning or finish your night off with that stretching. And it's a focus and discipline thing as well. So that's your rest and recovery today, but even though I'm dripping sweat.
It's like-
But much love to you.